It's Week 10 of the National Football League, and we're watching the longtime star Bobby Wagner, who really led his defense last week with a 10-tackle game. It's the Rams and the Lions on EA Sports.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Los Angeles Rams. Brennan Gordon here with Charles Davis, as always. As CD, you look at the Rams in this matchup. They're the best team in the NFL as far as running the football goes, but they're in for a stern test here.
Yeah, that defense that they're going up against, they're no slouch either. One of the top 5 units in the league. I think this game could boil down to stopping the big play. This offense could certainly hit some home runs, and if they hit on a couple here, it might be all they need to win the game.
Shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They're led out by someone who needs no introduction to these Lions. Their quarterback for 12 seasons and the franchise's most prolific passer with over 45,000 yards and nearly 300 touchdowns. It's Matthew Stafford. Stafford going to put it up right away. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
Brandon, we both know plenty about this game, but you don't have to be an expert to figure out that they're going to lean heavily on their ground game to try and win this week. He sits number 5 in the league so far in rushing, and when they've had success on that side of the ball, he's been at the center of it. If they want to win in this one, he's got to play like that and help drive them down the field.
12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
On the counter, this is Akers. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on third down. Stafford now to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Williams loses the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confirms defenses when he puts it all together.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming. Throwing to start the drive. Callaway. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Off play action. Callaway rolling to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Flush to his right. This will be caught at about the 5. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go again here with Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. Here's Williams to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it as they head out on the field for this drive. That whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a 1st quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll go out of of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. On a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. He starts with a give to Akers. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 1st down, Stafford here. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Stafford. Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Complete. Jefferson to target. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He'll take it inside the 25. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Here's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. They'll run here with Akers. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Akers. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Well, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Third and 2. Callaway. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Callaway finding Williams once more, complete. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The Lions at 6-2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence and they feel like they can continue to get better.
On second down, Buckley, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Callaway. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Stafford. toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's Brett Kern now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Callaway. And he slings one that's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Callaway. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So here are the Rams to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week, and they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. 4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
On 1st down, Buckley.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callaway. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Callaway. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Number 87.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Callaway. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Baker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run on 1st down. Buckley, and he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
He'll try again, but he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Callaway. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And in for the Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
From 6 yards away.
And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Third and 2, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Stafford to his number 1 guy, Kupp, for Los Angeles first.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw, Stafford.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Stafford hooking up with Akers. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Robinson's got it.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Second down at 4.
Stafford now to throw. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. To throw is Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Aaron Rodgers strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Rams, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Off play action. Callaway. He'll buy some time right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking up one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. To throw again on second down. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st and 10, Stafford.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. That's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Throwing again is Stafford. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
2nd and 10. We're all knotted up in 10, but it appears that may change soon. Only question is, will they have to settle for 3?
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Throwing is Stafford.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the play.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From the 50, it's Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his pass incomplete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Here's Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Stafford looks to throw again. Touchdown!
Van Jefferson.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
What's good on the extra point? And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Callaway.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. Buckley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Callaway. Buying time to his left. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Buckley. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 38 yards.
And the Lions are back within a score. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on the touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the second half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is down to a field goal. So the drive there took 6 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Stafford on 1st down. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford
and quickly into the hands of Robinson.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A give up the middle to Akers. He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
From the 44, Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Stafford.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, and his throw is incomplete. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Stafford going to give to Akers on the draw.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. He had the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Callaway. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Baker.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Fifth catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Callaway. That's into the hands of Reynolds.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught by Williams.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Butker's kick here is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Stafford. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
A gain of 8 brings up 3rd and 12.
Stafford now to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Aiden Hutchinson
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Buckley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw on 2nd down, Callaway. He finds his man complete. That's Baker. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
L.A. readies for its next possession. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
Take him down right at the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escape, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around and punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out. Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Slant pass. He's got Reynolds. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Callaway. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from the defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then got back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
And right side, they're going to go option here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Brett Kern now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs. Keep possession of the football.
It's a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Looking to throw. Callaway. This pass complete to Reynolds. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Buckley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Buckley. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. to throw. Callaway. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
So now Stafford and the Rams down by 5. A minute 35 to go. And the 4th down stop gives him a new lifeline, at least for the moment. Stafford now to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. This is Robinson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now it's Stafford. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A couple of vets, Stafford to Robinson there. 1st down Rams.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Stafford. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. He'll look to throw.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Back to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Rams 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Back to throw. Complete to right.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish the season strong.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish paying for Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's never been tested. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.